They say some doors should never be opened, but tonight, we open one. Welcome to the Room 13 Stories. So picture this. Friday night, parents are out for their anniversary dinner, and I'm home alone. Total bliss, right? Pizza ordered, Netflix queued up, the whole 9 yards. Our house is pretty isolated, surrounded by woods, which usually I love. It's quiet, peaceful, but that night, that quiet felt different. Around 9 p.m., the pizza arrived. I paid the delivery guy, locked the door, and settled in for my movie marathon. Everything was normal. The wind was picking up a bit, rattling the old willow tree outside my bedroom window. It's a huge, ancient thing. Its branches practically brush the glass. I've always found it kind of comforting, like a silent guardian. About an hour into my movie, I heard it. A faint scratching sound. Scratch, scratch. It was coming from outside, near my window. I paused the movie, thinking maybe it was just a branch rubbing against the siding. But it wasn't the rhythmic scrape of wood. This was deliberate, like fingernails. My heart started doing a little tap dance. I told myself it was just the wind playing tricks. I unpaused the movie, trying to ignore it. But then it changed. It wasn't scratching anymore. It was a soft, almost imperceptible tap, 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 like someone was gently tapping on the glass. I froze. My eyes darted to the window. The curtains were drawn, but I could see the faint outline of the willow branches swaying in the wind. I swallowed hard. "It's just the tree, Sarah," I whispered to myself, trying to sound convincing. But then the tapping stopped, and a new sound began. A whisper, so faint I almost thought I imagined it. It was like the wind was carrying a voice right to my window. I couldn't make out words, just a low, sibilant murmur. My blood ran cold. I slowly, carefully, got up from the couch. Every creak of the floorboard sounded like a gunshot in the silent house. I crept towards the window, my hand hovering over the curtain. My mind was racing. What if it was just a prank? What if it was an animal? But the whisper, animals don't whisper. I took a deep breath, and with a sudden, jerky movement, I yanked the curtain open. Nothing, just the dark, swaying branches of the willow tree. The wind was still blowing, but the whispering had stopped. I let out a shaky breath. I didn't realize I'd been holding. "See, Sarah?" "Nothing," I muttered, trying to calm my racing pulse. I was about to close the curtain when I saw it. Tucked into the crook of one of the willow's thickest branches, right outside my window, was a small, crudely carved wooden doll. It was faceless, just a smooth, featureless head, and its arms were outstretched, as if reaching. My stomach lurched. I'd never seen that doll before. It definitely wasn't there earlier, and it was positioned perfectly, facing me. A new wave of dread washed over me. I slammed the curtain shut, my hands trembling. I backed away from the window, my eyes glued to the fabric, as if something might push through it. Then the tapping started again. This time, it was louder, more insistent. Tap, 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 and the whisper returned. Clearer now. It wasn't words, not exactly, but it sounded like a name. My name. Sarah. My breath itched. It was a low, raspy sound, like dry leaves rustling. It was coming from right outside the window. I scrambled for my phone, my fingers fumbling. I had to call my parents. I had to call the police. But as I unlocked the screen, the tapping intensified, becoming a frantic, desperate scratching, and the whispering grew louder, more guttural. "Let me in." My heart was pounding so hard I thought it would burst through my ribs. I could feel the vibrations of the scratching through the floor. It wasn't just at my window anymore. It sounded like it was all around the house. I dropped my phone. It clattered to the floor, the screen still lit, showing my parents' contact. I couldn't move. I was paralyzed by terror. Then, the scratching stopped, The whispering stopped. The wind outside died down. Silence. A terrifying, absolute silence. I stood there, frozen, listening, my ears strained, trying to pick up any sound, any sign. And then, from directly above me, from the attic, I heard it, a single, soft thump, like something had just landed on the floor. And then, a slow, deliberate creak, like someone was walking in my attic. I didn't wait. I didn't think. I just ran. I burst out the front door, not even bothering to grab my keys or my jacket. I ran down the driveway, into the dark, towards the faint glow of the streetlights, not daring to look back. I called my parents from a neighbor's house, sobbing, barely able to explain what happened. They came home immediately, and we called the police. The police searched the house, the attic, the grounds. They found nothing, no forced entry, no footprints, no sign of anyone. The wooden doll was gone from the willow tree. They said it was probably just the wind, my imagination, maybe a prank. But I know what I heard. I know what I saw. And every night now, when the wind blows, I swear I can hear it. A faint, sibilant whisper, carried on the breeze. And sometimes, when I'm alone, I think I hear a soft, rhythmic tapping from somewhere outside.